Track 35. Starowka in flames. Mine were there. Warsaw Insurrection, August till September 1944. Witold at Praga on the eastern Vistula waterfront. Germans annihilating the insurrection. Witold's family in the center of the insurrection.
Witold's French in translation.
In any case, I found myself in the proximity at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Lada, 23th Street, Paryska, apartment 5. From that building, protected by a projection, I was overlooking a dramatic picture of Warsaw, on fire, bombarded and submerged in incredible gigantic clouds of fumes. And you could hear only the rumble of cannons and guns. With a violent pain in my heart, I was watching that the location of the street Marszałkowska, where resided my wife with our children, was entirely engulfed in flames. At the unique thought that there were the mine that dear to me, I felt a deep awe of my heart. In order to picture the hell where the mine have subsisted since months, I am adjoining photos of the tremendous destruction of the Marszałkowska street and of the adjoining street. It must be noted that the main objective of the artillery shelling was the old town, Starówka, which means the old town. And one can feel until today with scare at the thought of the rough conditions at which the unfortunate inhabitants of Starówka were subsisted to. I even questioned, was it possible to endure this real hell? Nothing surprising that Starówka, after the insurrection, presented itself as a desert covered with terrible ruins.
Je doutais même, était-ce possible d'endurer ce véritable enfer? Rien de surprenant que Starówka, après l'insurrection, n'ait présenté qu'un désert couvert de terribles ruines. Après un séjour d'environ une semaine chez messieurs et madame Ada, je me suis rendu en compagnie d'un homme à peine connu de moi vers la rue Cererols.
After 1 week at Pariska Street at Mr. and Mrs. Wada, I proceeded with a barely known acquaintance man toward Praga Cererols Street. That was a simple man, but to the contrary an old dodger, trocker. Therefore, our episode, in order to arrive to the Cererols Street with the accompaniment of explosions happening here and there, which was happening between the Washington Street and the Vistula River, was successful. My companion, who participated before on the fronts of a war, knew when and how to elude the artillery shelling. It has to be added that in the said location there was not a living soul.
Mon compagnon, ayant été autrefois sur le front d'une guerre, savait bien quand et comment il fallait se cacher devant les bombes d'artillerie. Il faut ajouter que dans les lieux susdits, il n'y avait pas alors âme qui vive.
Maria's German.
Aber anfangs hatten wir noch ein wenig Lebensmittel. Außerdem bekamen wir eine kleine Zuteilung als zufälligerweise hier zerschlagene Leute, deren es viele hier gab.
In translation. In the beginning we had still some food left over. We got also some supplies from closed shops and abandoned apartments. Those were officially opened by a special house committee, and specially newcomers like ourselves were benefiting. The old clock ticking.
Um ihnen zu helfen. Es war aber nicht viel. Eine derartige Zuteilung aus einem Süßigkeitsladen bestand.
For example, the candy store right at our gate was decommissioned, and we received some cake, candy, powdered pudding, but of course no fat. Once our cousin Mroczkowski gained some potatoes, and he shared them with his mother, and I begged him for the peels, knowingly with a high content of vitamin C, which I needed as a breastfeeding mother. We got some fleas. That was caused by the lack of water, which was under German control and blocked. So we carried water from a distant pump located at the Technical University. This was a dangerous task for us, but we two women took over this duty to make our contribution. There we met the brother of Dr. Gałęzowski, who took active part in the insurrection and who was later interned in a German POW camp and later declared missing. The corn that our cousin was milling originated from a market complex that fell under Polish control. We, two women, were also venturing there. The way to it was full of obstacles. At night, creeping in ditches under the street with burning ruins around us. We were unscared and brought once 2 bags of diced cube sugar on our backs. That was something nutritious. One day we saw in the sky many colored parachutes with suspended food and munitions dropped by light airplanes, meant to help the insurrection, but most of them have landed on German-occupied territory and missed the brave fighting men and women of the uprising.